Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I created this look right here, which is perfect if you have small eyes or hooded eyes. I share some tips and tricks on how to apply eyeshadows to make your eyes look big, and as you can see, the eyeshadows stand out and look really nice. So this is perfect for like a party during the day or night. So I really hope you like this look. Before we get started, if you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button to be a part of this family and turn on the bell notification so you won't miss any of my videos. And give this video a thumbs up, please, if you do like this look. And now, let's get started. So I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo Concealer as a primer for my eyeshadows. But first, as you can see, I'm cleaning the bottom of my eyebrows and I'm using Anastasia's A4 flat brush. And I'll leave my eyebrow tutorial in the description box below if you want to see how I do my eyebrows. And then I'm going to apply a little bit more on my eyelid and blend it out with the e.l.f. Cosmetics sponge. I do use it damp, and I blend out the concealer in tapping motions. I like to use a concealer like 1 or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. And as you can see, as I'm blending it out, it covers up the redness, darkness, and any like little veins that show on my eyelid. And once the tone looks even on the eyelid all the way up to the brow bone, you can move on to the next step. Next, I'm going to grab my Stay Matte pressed powder from Rimmel and a fluffy brush from Profusion to set the concealer. I do it in tapping motions, that way the concealer doesn't move or you don't see like the streak marks of the brush. And this is a step you don't want to skip if you're a beginner, because it's going to help to blend out the eyeshadows a lot easier. They'll blend out smoother and faster, and you can also use a translucent powder or a matte eyeshadow that's the same shade as your skin tone. Today I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. This was in collaboration with Chipotle. And the first eyeshadow I'm going to grab is this brown one right here. And I'm going to be using the little brush from Profusion, number ES6. And I'm going to start applying this on my crease. I'm just going to go back and forth from the inner corner to the outer corner. I'm not going to extend the eyeshadow at all. It's just going to look like a rainbow, just from the inner corner to the outer corner. And I always start lower than where I want the eyeshadow to look nice and blended, because once you apply it and you start blending it out, the eyeshadow is going to move higher. So that's why it's important to apply it lower. And I am going to be applying a few layers because I want to deepen up the tone a little bit, and also I want to keep moving it higher towards the eyebrow. And that's important if you have hooded eyes or small eyes and you want them to look big. You want this eyeshadow to be visible above the crease, especially since we're going to be doing a halo eye, so we're going to be doing a cut crease, and you don't want this eyeshadow to be covered up by the concealer. So it depends how big you want the eyeshadow or the halo eye to be. So I'm just going to keep blending it out, and I like to do it very lightly. You don't need to apply a lot of pressure, and you don't need to have a lot of product on the brush to blend out the eyeshadow. And I also want that same eyeshadow on my lower lash line from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner. Don't forget to connect it with the eyeshadow on the top, right on the outer corner. And I want that part to be round. Like I said, I'm not going to extend it at all. For the cut crease, I'm going to be using the same concealer from e.l.f. Cosmetics and the flat brush from Anastasia. You want to do this with a flat brush. If you're a beginner, I recommend you use a smaller one. And I feel like it's better if you don't start with a lot of product on the brush. Then I start by doing a little dot on top of the root of my eyelashes, right on the center, and then I look up and then down, and that way I can start the cut crease, and you can see that it goes above my crease and it's visible when I'm looking straight forward. And that's important because this is what's going to make your eyes look bigger, so you want this to go above the crease. And like I said, it's depending on how big you want it, but as long as it's visible when you're looking straight forward. And I just keep looking at the other eye just to make sure that it's even. And I'm not going to do the cut crease all the way to the inner corner or the outer corner. As you can see, it's only on the center. One thing that helps me create a nice cut crease is stretching my eyelid by lifting up my eyebrow as I'm doing the cut crease. You want to make sure that the cut crease is curved a little, like as the shape as your eye, like I'm doing it with my eye. You don't want to do it like in a straight line, because that's just gonna look weird. If you want a halo eye, it has to be curved. I want the edges to go in a straight line down, but obviously I don't want the lines to be sharp. I want that to be blended out. That way the eyeshadows that I apply on top of that can also blend out nice. So to blend it out, I like to use the same little brush without product on the brush, just whatever is left on it. I just go very lightly, kind of swiping right on the edge of the concealer until it's blended out. You don't want the concealer to dry out before applying the eyeshadows, because then the eyeshadow is not going to grab onto the eyelid really good. So if you feel like it's already drying up, you can just add a little bit more of the concealer and then apply the shimmery eyeshadow. And I'm going to grab this one right here from the same palette, and using this little sponge. This little brush comes in the Rimmel eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to apply it in tapping motions on top of the whole concealer, even where it's nice and blended out on the edges. So it's pretty much going to cover most of the eyelid, but that's okay as long as the whole concealer is covered with this eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to grab this eyeshadow right here using a small brush, and before applying it, I want you guys to see the difference. Like, the eyeshadow is covering most of the eyelid right now, and the other eye, you can only see it right on the center, which is fine. It's not a big deal. This is just how I like to do it. So I'm going to apply this right here in tapping motions without going over the cut crease, and it's going to be like a line going up and down, and then I'm going to start blending out the edges towards the center of the eye, obviously not covering the center of the eye, but I want it to be nice and blended. So I'm just going to do that very lightly, and I just use the same little brush and very lightly just start blending it out. And it doesn't matter how it's looking on the corners of the eyes, because I'm going to apply a darker eyeshadow right there. So I'm just focusing on the center pretty much to make sure that this eyeshadow is nice and blended. Now I'm going to grab this darker brown eyeshadow using the same little brush, and I'm just going to apply it on the inner corner of the eyelid in tapping motions. I want most of the eyeshadow right there, and then very lightly blend it up, but without going over the cut crease. So this is just to darken up just the very corners of the eyes, so I don't want too much of this product. And I'm going to do the same thing for the outer corner, just apply it on the eyelid and then very lightly blend it out towards the orange shade and the crease. And if you feel like you covered up a lot of the eyeshadow in the center, then you can just apply a little bit over that again. The eyelashes that I'm going to be applying are from Dodo Lashes. The style is D335. These are very flexible and lightweight, so they're easy to apply. They're not too dramatic. And I feel like these go perfect with this style of eyeshadow. So if you guys want to grab yourself a pair, I'll leave the link in the description box below, along with a discount code that will give you 10% off. Now I'm going to apply the Scandalized eyeliner pencil from Rimmel in the shade Nude on my waterline. This is just going to help open up your eyes a little bit. They're not going to look too dark on the waterline, which is nice. Then I'm going to apply the Maybelline Sky High mascara on my lower lashes, and to me it's important sometimes to apply mascara on the lower lashes because it makes a huge difference. Like, you guys can see right here the before and after. It makes your eye look big and just a little bit more dramatic, so I really love that. And I love how this mascara applies the product and separates the eyelashes. It just makes it look really nice. And that was the last step to complete this look. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I hope this tutorial was helpful, especially if you're a beginner. So let me know in the comments below what you rate this makeup on a scale of 1 to 10, and if you want me to create other halo eyes or different cut creases or just any kind of makeup tutorials, let me know in the comments below. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it with your friends and your family. Thank you all so much for your love and your support. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!